Once upon a time, in a small village at the foot of a mountain, there lived a young man known for his laziness. He spent his days lounging in the shade of a tree, napping and daydreaming, while other villagers worked tirelessly in fields and workshops. One day, a wise old monk visited the village and called the young man over. "My son," said the monk, "I have a task for you. Climb to the top of that mountain and bring back a single feather from the highest peak." The young man looked up at the mountain and scoffed. "That's impossible," he said. "I'm far too lazy to climb all the way up there." The monk smiled and replied, "Ah, but you see, the feather I seek isn't on the mountain itself. It's on the other side, in a cave that can only be reached by climbing to the top and descending the other side." Intrigued by this unique task, the young man's curiosity was sparked. He decided to accept the monk's challenge. The climb was long and arduous, leaving the young man breathless and drenched in sweat. However, as he ascended higher, he began to feel an exhilaration he'd never experienced before. Upon reaching the summit, he was exhausted, yet elated. The breathtaking view filled him with a sense of accomplishment he'd never known. But the real challenge lay ahead. The young man had to descend the treacherous other side of the mountain and locate the cave. He stumbled and fell many times, yet persevered, driven by the promise of the feather. Finally reaching the cave, he found the feather gleaming in the filtered light. He marveled at its beauty, but then realized his predicament. How would he return the feather to the monk? For a moment he considered giving up, but then recalled the pride he felt at the summit. He knew he had the strength and determination to do it again. So he climbed back up the mountain, muscles aching and lungs burning. He pushed on, driven by the knowledge that he had overcome his own laziness and achieved something truly remarkable. When he finally presented the feather to the monk, the wise man smiled and said, "Well done, my son. You've learned an important lesson today. Laziness is not something to be accepted or tolerated. It is a challenge to be overcome, a hurdle to be leaped over." The young man nodded, understanding the wisdom in these words. He realized he had always been capable of great things, but his laziness had held him back. Now he knew he had the strength and determination to overcome any obstacle. The lesson of the monk's challenge is that laziness should not be accepted or tolerated. It's a challenge that must be overcome, a hurdle that must be leaped over. When we push ourselves to achieve our goals, even when they seem impossible, we discover a strength and resilience within ourselves that we never knew existed.